Hmm. Hold on. Let's see. Hmm. 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 In my neck. Let's see. Alright, let me figure this out. Air conditioner. First, turn that off. Run it in the background. Alright, I'm trying to set this screen up. I forgot what I was doing. Nope. Okay, almost got it. Dang. That's too small. Alright, got it. I think. Every time I think I had this thing figured out, I don't. Good afternoon. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying to get the screen right. And I just lost it. Goodness gracious. Hi. Yeah, I'm struggling. Hold on. Let's see. Sometimes I get it right on, and other times I don't. Okay, I see the screen. I'm trying to move this one. This thing is not letting me do what I want it to. Okay, I'm gonna leave well enough alone. Let's see if I can do it like this. Okay, I see that screen. Oh, Lord. Why me? Try one more time before I give up. It's this touch screen I'm struggling with. You know what? I give up. It's not letting me do what I needed to do today. Try this one more time. And if it does not work this time, I'm going to pull up my phone and read it. It should work. Should work this time. Okay. Is everything okay? Yeah, I'm just trying to set the screen up so I don't have to read off my phone. We can't see. Okay. I'm trying to set it up so I don't have to look down, but my screens are not doubling the way I want them to. So I'm just going to leave well enough alone. See, I got part of it and not all of it. Okay. Alright. I can see part of the chat. Okay. I'll just pull it up on here. Anywho. How are you all today? I hope everybody is doing great. It has been one of those days. Alright, I'm pulling y'all up on my phone. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Oh my goodness. Why? See, yesterday my channel was missing. Now I can't log on. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. YouTube is retarded. There it is. So if you guys saw this morning's vlog, you saw what happened yesterday, which is why I did not do this yesterday. So real life happens, and yeah, we just roll with it. Thankful for a job, but ready to go. Girl, I hear you. I hear you. So y'all, I've been shook this morning. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Okay, yesterday's vlog, which actually went up, it went live today. I included some pictures of what's gonna happen tomorrow. The kids brought me a rose and a couple of white flowers, and it was just so sweet. And they're on the kitchen counter, and so that was included in today's vlog. This morning, as I was making sure that one went live, I saw coming up the driveway, and I was like, so I go to the door. Y'all, look what I got. So I was just so shook. So tomorrow's vlog, I'm just, yeah, my favorite color too. So I'm about to be driving. So yeah, let me see what the kids are. But yeah, and it's funny because the roses are the same color as the rose they brought me yesterday. So I was just like, y'all know me so well. Ooh, these are starting to open up already. Anyway, it just make your day go better, you know? Just totally unexpected. And I guess I gotta do some more loving on my family. You know, my family is crazy. Cray cray. Yeah. So if y'all saw this morning, y'all know what's going on. The struggle is real. They aren't just coming in, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready at all, but I'm trying. So, whew, goodness. Trying to make sure this girl has these plans right before we book our tickets, because Lord, as long as we're 21 day in advance, I think we're good. Anywho, oh, what happened this morning? No, I was just saying I got the this bouquet was delivered this morning, and it's like I want to I just I want to freeze it. I just want to freeze it. It is just beautiful. So yeah, and I vlogged it. I vlogged my reaction, and yeah, it took me forever to open the card, y'all. Y'all could tell I'm not used to this. It's been a long time. Um, I thought you quit YouTube yesterday because I tried to watch some of your videos and they couldn't let me. Yeah, yeah. When I came on to do the live, I couldn't. There was no channel, and I just didn't know what was going on. And I saw the live. What is this thing I'm looking at? The screen, the page that you guys see, letting you the notification page. But all I could do was comment in it. So a lot of times I communicate in there because it'll stay in there for 4 hours. And if I have to come back, I'll add, whatever for those that didn't see it. But I couldn't do anything. And I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't have time to sit and figure all that stuff out. But I noticed a couple other things going on. And they're doing so much. And it's crazy. So, anywho, so this one has been a long time coming. I hinted around this about 3 years ago, and I never shared it. And it's one of those things where you have to prepare yourself. And I guess I just was not ready to share. It just, yeah, I just wasn't ready to share it. But and I have made mention in other videos, so it's not really like it's it's something unknown. So, who was adopted, y'all? Anybody take a guess who was adopted? To release it to the world. Yeah. I mean, it's heavy. I mean, I'm fine, I'm fine, but it's a lot because, that's personal, and a lot of things. It's a lot of things you guys don't know. Now, if you did not know, purple is my favorite color, so that's why I'm so excited. um One of those things. He said me. plot twist on that. My oldest daughter. Here I am getting ready to plot twist this. You said me. Okay. So, a long time ago, see, I already gave it up. What's the matter?
Nothing. But later, can you give me some medicine for my nose?
Your allergies? Okay,
Yes.
in a little bit. Make sure your hands are washed because you're outside playing and bringing it in. Yeah, a long time ago. Somebody was adopted. All right. Hold on. I'm listening to my neighbor. Hold on. Make sure everything is okay. Okay. Something like that. Okay. I don't even know where to start because it's weird. Because you always get us. So come on, give it to us. What are y'all doing?
Can we go next door? Miss Janice said they could come out.
Only if you stay right there. Don't go on this side. Go on that side. Okay? Stay right there. Put your shoes on.
Look, you need to sew this. See?
Okay.
Because if I put it on, the hole will get bigger.
Don't you have some more socks though?
No.
You must do because I'm broke. You must do. Yeah.
Actually, Naya have to come in our yard.
Okay. Go in the backyard. You don't have no socks, but I'm broke. Oh my goodness. I don't know where they came from, y'all. They was adopted. All of them. All of them. My mom was I love my mom, y'all. Y'all know my mom is my heart. Um Raised in the country, you know. She came to the city after she was pretty much grown. And but knew my dad because she kind of grew up with my dad. Um but she was young. She was finishing school and getting uh started in life, as a young adult. And then I came along, and as much as I know, it wasn't anything. I'll say anything bad other than the fact that she was young. Um, but yeah, it was me. But wait, there's a plot twist on that too. So I knew my mom. Okay, so that's the thing. I've always told you guys I've known my mom, and I was adopted by somebody that we did not know, and my mom was there. It was kind of like an open adoption, so it wasn't I remember those bars with the big belly. Ooh, yeah. I was looking at something the other day, but I know it because of the way you talk about your children. Yeah. So it wasn't like I didn't have her in my life and I didn't know my mom. It was an open thing. But somebody that we did not know, and then my mom left. And I remember once seeing my mom throughout the time that, after she gave me up. And then I remember my dad coming trying to get me. I think I was about 2, and obviously he couldn't. But and I don't even think they talked about it because they weren't together. So all I knew is I grew up, and I was fine. I was happy. I was um, no problems. I was stable. It wasn't a bad experience to where I was just taken out of the home and I was traumatized or not, anything like that. I always knew, even though I was little, I knew my parents were not my parents, one of those type of things. But it didn't make me feel any differently. And Steffi knows, yeah, that's odd, ironically. I don't know other people beside were adopted. I don't know. That's odd in the ironic way. I don't know other people besides myself who were adopted and knew the birth parents. Yeah, like I said, there's a plot twist on this story. I don't know if I'm going to give you guys both of them today. I might hold it up, okay? I don't know. So, it wasn't really strange to me once I grew up and I found out because my mom was also kind of adopted by my great great grandmother. So it wasn't odd for this to happen. Um, and she didn't grow up with her mom and her 9 siblings at all. No, I was adopted, but not even by a family member. We didn't even know that person, and it was an older couple. They were already in their 40s. So yeah, big mama man. Um, like I said, I was, healthy, happy little girl growing up. I had everything I needed, everything I wanted, and I was spoiled. They didn't have any children. Well, my dad did, and I'm saying my dad because, he's always going to be my dad. Rest his soul. They're both deceased now, but lived well into the 90s. Um, he had 2 sons, grown sons, but they didn't have any kids. So, and it was one of those, my mom was looking for somebody to she had to go to school and she needed somebody to watch me. And I don't know what all kind of I do, but I'm not going to get into that because it's still private. But she came, this place, and these people, they connected, and that's how all that happened. Now the thing is, because it was open, this family, my parents met my grandparents or my grandmother, my mom's mom. So I also had my grandmother and the rest of my family in my life. It just was my mom that wasn't in my life, like physically, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was a quite an experience. And nobody made me feel any differently. I was queen. I was always queen. Queen, come do this. Queen, come. They treated me like I was normal, not like I was an outcast or anything. Nobody made me feel bad. Nobody talked bad about my mom or anything like that. And like I said, I saw her probably once, and I can remember my mom going. My mom went to Hawaii My mom wanted to come and take me. She wanted to get me back, and I wouldn't go because she was moving to Hawaii. So that didn't happen. But I remember her sending me, I think I was probably about 4. What do you call it? The grass skirt and the lei and stuff like that. I remember taking pictures with that stuff on. So, yeah. Now, fast forward, she eventually came back to the States and stuff like that. Um, and I did not see her because she moved to California. And yeah. Um, let's see. I guess, everybody, well, we didn't even have cell phones. I don't even know. My family was taking care of me. I was fine. That was the thing. Everybody took care of me. So I wasn't, I wasn't worried about anything. I understood, but I didn't really. No, my real mom is deceased. I lost my mom and my birth mother in 2003. Now my dad, my birth father is alive. So, yeah. Now, I want to say when I was about 6, that's when everything turned around. And they made the decision to let me go back to my mom. Crazy? I don't know. I guess because she got her life together and, was getting married or got married and all kinds of stuff. Just, I don't know. I never really asked them the reasons behind it. I just remember I was upset. I didn't want to go. Now, I do remember talking to her on the phone often, but I did not want to go. I didn't want to leave my life, my swing set. Y'all, I had the big, I know you guys know those big not iron. They're set up on the iron. Rocking horse that make the sound. I was spoiled. I had all kinds of stuff. I didn't want to leave my stuff. So, yeah. And, not just going to a new home, new family, new estate, everything. That really, I think that's what bothered me the most, just having to leave everything. And, not that we couldn't come back and visit, but for a little kid, and I know later on I kind of felt like I talked to my mom about it, and I kind of felt that maybe things would have been differently had I been able to stay. I don't know, I don't know what they did paperwork wise or whatever. They never really discussed all of that. Um, but I just kind of felt like I was cheated. And I didn't, like I said, I love my mom. I didn't hold it against her, but I felt like something was missing. So, I made do, and, a lot of times I went back and visited my parents and stuff like that and stayed with them. And it was a kind of a shared experience after that. But I would have grown up in Catholic school. That yeah, I kind of am glad for that. I mean, not that it was bad, but um, to think I can't imagine myself. I cannot imagine. My life would have been completely different. Um, I probably would have had, would not have had to buy my own cars and, that type of thing. But, I was afforded a very nice lifestyle. Not that my mom couldn't give it to me, but it was good. It was really good. So, let's see. The kids, they kind of know some of it. They know about as much as I know. And like I said, we still don't know the full reasonings um, behind everything, and all kind of stuff. And my family, my mom's sisters and brothers never really talked about it either. And I've never really had an interest to. It's one of those things where I'm just going to leave it, and I'm fine. I was blessed to be able to have all those people in my life. I was around my godmother, which I think that's what they planned, make sure she's in contact with my mom and her godparents and her aunts and cousins and things like that. And so I was not feeling like I was just, some stepchild somewhere, taken in by complete strangers. But I just, I could not imagine complete stranger. It just seems weird to, I don't know. You have to really have a heart for that. And I had grown to understand that later on in life. And so it takes somebody special, special people to adopt. So that's why I said there's a plot twist to this. Okay. My kids. I'm going to hold off on that story. Um, I think they're ready, though. I think it's okay for me to share, but that'll be for another day. That's so sweet. Do you have any brothers or sisters by your mom? My mom got married and I was getting ready to say, had a brother, had a son. So we are 6.5 years apart. Y'all, I'm 5 feet even. My brother is 6'3". So yeah, like I said, if y'all watched the vlog this morning, they talking about suits. They trying to come in on me. Yeah, I could just see those pictures in my head. How those pictures of him come out at the ceremony because he's so tall and I'm so short. It's always been weird. Do I talk to my brother? Yeah, my kids. Y'all, a strange relationship. My brother has always lived with us because my brother was living with us when my mom passed away. You guys know I was divorced, right? From my older kids' father. My brother, my kids, and their dad all live together. I know, it's crazy. I always have to explain that. They're like, yeah. That's how close we are, though. So even though we have dissolved that marriage, we are thick as thieves. So yeah, the older kids, they are here half the time and with their dad half the time. But yeah, they all live together with my brother. So yeah, but he has no. I take that back. I was gonna say he has no siblings. He does have a little sister. She came along when we were I was about 12, but they don't have a relationship. So um, yeah, they don't have a relationship. It's always been just the two of us, and then I do have other siblings, other brothers. I'm the only girl from my mom and my dad. I'm the oldest from my mom because she only had two, and from my dad, I'm the second oldest, but he has 5 kids. So now y'all know why I have so many kids. Oh boy. Um, no, God intended it to be that way because you didn't have problems. It worked out for y'all. Yep. And so, I'm just thankful that my mom did not have to. I mean, it probably could have been a lot worse. I don't want to speculate, but young um, parent and not really knowing, how to parent or anything. I think my parents adopting me with her saving grace. So, yeah. And see, I grew up with elderly, elders. And so I know y'all wondered sometimes where I'm coming from, how, the wisdom. It's because I grew up with old folks, y'all. I used to just sit in conversation and, that's all that came to the house. So that was all I knew. I mean, I had little friends and stuff like that, but it was always uh, my elders in front of me. And so they, raised me really well. That's what they do down south. They get a baby to the eldest person in the house. And they said that's their baby. And so it's because I have a very, I don't know if these roses miss on my nose or what, but I have a very, I can remember things from when I was very young, just flashes of things. But from what I remember, um, it wasn't my mom that, let's see, my mom wasn't there to potty train me or anything like that. Um, I remember that whole experience. I was 15 months in potty train. We went to Sears, and because that's where we would go shop, and buying a little potty seat. And she put it in the bathroom and brought me to the bathroom. And yeah, so my mom didn't get to do any of that. Um, just, normal stuff. But I never, I don't know, I guess because I know my mom and I didn't want her to feel any type of way. But if I had to do it all over again, if I knew that I was going to lose my mom as quickly as I had, I probably would have asked her how she felt, just to, you know, I don't know. I don't think she felt guilty or anything, but I'm just kind of curious as to how she felt knowing that she had given me up. And we kind of, talked about a little bit, but not really a whole lot. I wasn't trying to condemn her or anything, but after I got older and I was able to really express it, a lot of the feelings came out, and I kind of started to feel like I was the outsider. Did your mother know the people who adopted you? She didn't know them before they adopted me. It was open, but she didn't know them. So like I said, it wasn't a family member or anything. She went through actual channels, to do this thing. I don't know, paperwork, money. I don't really know any of that. I just kind of left that by the wayside because I just, I wasn't really interested, but I really wanted to know how that made her feel, because I could imagine, uh, giving up one of my kids. I would be, you seem like you'd be looking for your child all the time, but I guess because she knew, where I was, she was okay. Maybe it was a little, put her mind at ease. But that had to be really hard on her. And then, like I said, my mother being, in the same situation. She just, was always the outsider of the family, even though she was the oldest. Um, she was the outsider of the family. So not being raised, even in the same state. Hello, Dorinda. Man. So I don't know. I just, I wasn't really um, sharing to, it's not one of those helpful um, shares. Just, something that you all didn't know that, I kind of talked about and said I would share because somebody did ask. And I asked, I said, if you want to know, let me know and I will tell the story, in time. Maybe she didn't have a choice. She had a choice. Yeah, she did have a choice. That I knew. She had a choice. But like I said, she was young. And so I know the situation. She was young. She was still trying to, she had to go to night school. So I can't, come on, y'all. It's, you know, she was not my mom was almost 20. So these days, teenage parents completely different because they're a lot younger. But back then, they still had, they were not wild like these teenage moms. She had sense. It was just one of those things. Like you say, down in the South, that's what they do. So, but yeah, she was still young and she was trying to finish school. So that I do know. I kind of knew you were adopted because you have a look in your eyes like you were missing something. Yeah, it just kind of, yeah. I just kind of sometimes felt like, I don't know, I just felt weird. And even today, even though I have my family, I know my family, my aunts and things like that, my cousins, I still feel like, my uncles, um, I feel like I'm an outcast, kind of, and I don't know, I just feel strange, like I don't belong. Everybody else kind of knows each other, has a connection, and we've always been kind of because we've never lived in the same state that long. We've always been, everybody else is together in one state. We've been all over the place. And so there's like no connection. So, but they would, my cousins would come. I remember, I grew up with birthday parties. They would give me birthday parties. So my cousins would come to my birthday parties and things like that. So we could still have that kind of bond. But I didn't, um, I just felt kind of removed. Of course, it was church. I went to church with my grandmother half the time. So, um, I would stay the night and stuff like that. But it wasn't the same. It kind of felt like they were also like an adopted family, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I haven't run across anybody that has been in this situation. To really tell about it. Like I said, I don't know if this wasn't really meant to help anybody. It was just a share. I kind of felt that, you know, the person that was asking, even though it was years ago, I let them know that it was coming. And, for those of you that did not know, and kind of wanted to know, a little more um, about me, this is something very interesting, to kind of see really where I'm coming from, really where my passion is and stuff like that. Now, everyday people know my story. It's not anything that I've been stowing away, or anything like that. But for the world's sake, I just didn't really. I didn't know if it was, one of those things I should share or not. But, yeah. So kids, I guess that kind of led me to where I'm at now with the kids. Not that I plan to have the kids that I have, but I think I've been blessed. I've really, really, really been blessed. So, um, one of my cousins got pregnant at the age of 13. She went down south, and they said the baby came up missing. All of a sudden, she came with little sister. Till this day, nobody's questioned it. Yeah, that used to happen all the time. Not everybody knew, everybody knew because my mom did. I wasn't an infant. I mean, I wasn't a newborn. So everybody knew about me. It wasn't a secret or anything, but just like any other parent giving up a child at, after birth, um, not immediately after birth, but after everybody knows that so and so had a baby. And I'm trying to think. I don't know. I think my mom told me she was actually gonna name me Queen. My aunt was the one that named me, but she was actually gonna name me Queen. I'm like, wow. Um, but she just didn't know. She had no idea. Now the thing about this story is I always thought I was adopted because I didn't look like my mom. I never could figure that out. And then when I got a hold of my birth certificate, she told me I was born on one day and my birth certificate said another day. So I never could figure that out. And I was like, oh, am I adopted? And I mean like another kind of adopted, not, just I thought she adopted me. So I don't know. That was later on after all those memories left my head. I couldn't make heads or tails of it, y'all. You know, I just was like, did, am I missing something? Was it my memory playing tricks on me or something? So nobody told her who mother is. I tried to tell the little girl, but my mama said, be quiet and leave it like that. My cousin had her little sister, but just like twins, they acted alike. Wow. So, yeah, I was kind of wondering myself. Because I didn't think that, it took me a long time. I was just about grown to realize that you really can remember things, um, especially if they were traumatic, good or bad traumatic. You can remember things from very young. So, I was doubting myself, and I know I just said I knew all along, but I was doubting myself at a point once I saw that. So it was just, the whole situation was just kind of weird. The girl's 26 years old and don't have a clue. Yep, it's true. It happens all of the time. So, mm, very, very strange. I know a friend of mine I met here has told me she was adopted and her family won't talk about it. And it just, it's a connection that we have. I kind of understand. I really do. Like I said, if I had the time, if I could go back and just ask my mom questions, my birth mother, I would just ask her a couple questions and just kind of see, for my own, and maybe it would help her to not that we didn't have a good relationship, but I think the bond was not as tight because I couldn't, at a certain point, I didn't feel as connected to my mom, especially when I became like, I don't want to say when my brother came along, but kind of when my brother came along, and then when I became a teenager, I really couldn't. I couldn't. I wouldn't go to my mom. Like my kids come to me, I wouldn't go to my mom for stuff. I was scared to tell her stuff. I always kept things secret. Have I talked to my father about the situation? Yeah, kinda. Not really in depth either. Because my dad had no idea what was going on. Um, and I didn't know. Like I said, I remember the night he came. I was about two, but I remember that night because it was another situation behind it. It got kind of bad, but other than that, I didn't talk to him until I was probably about, I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7, 7, 7, 7. I think we went to go visit him before we went overseas. I think I went to go visit him. Um, and then when I came back, I think we were overseas for some years. And then when we came back, I think I saw him again. And I was probably about 11. Um, so if your mother was a little bit older, she would have kept you in. She probably would have. She would have been more mature, and because she didn't. She said she was naive. She didn't know. She had no clue. So and I don't fault her, but like I said, a lot of these little kids today, this teenage, oh my goodness, they have no idea. And it wasn't a that type of thing, but I know she didn't have help because she kind of raised herself. She grew up with the elders. She didn't have anything. She didn't really know anything. Um, because back in the day, old people didn't explain stuff. You just kind of lived and grew up, and they didn't really. I don't know. They just, from what she was telling me, they didn't really. She was around old people. Conversation. That's who was there. She had her cousins and things there, but it was just her at home doing what she was told, and that was it. It was no questioning anything. There was no talk about it. She would listen, and so she knew things, but for sure, if she was older, then she probably wouldn't have, because she would have been, on her own and finished school and everything. So I think that's why she pushed so hard. That was the one thing she would tell me, Queen, you gotta do this and do that and get through school, and I want you to have a good life. And on her deathbed, the last thing she told me was, you are a good mother. You are the best mother I ever saw. Um keep raising them kids, like you raising them. And I just, I had to hold on to that. um but yeah, it was a lot of things that it took until I was that old and to that point before we actually started to form that really close mother-daughter relationship. She was like best friend, but teenage years, I could not tell her anything. Nobody talked to my mom about that stuff. She had to figure out, yeah, on her own, being the oldest daughter. She had teachers and sisters. Yeah, all of that. She didn't know anything about birth control, and of course, she didn't know anything about all that. It was just one of those things. She didn't even know about cycle. Um, she was telling me wearing a bra, that was just something she was in the 7th grade. She still wasn't wearing one. She didn't know about that. And then me having a cycle, she didn't even talk to me about that. It just she had to talk to me when it happened, because it happened one night and I was only 10. And so she just told me right then. But after that, she didn't say anything. So um, I just kind of, did everything I did. I made it through school, did what I had to do. She couldn't help me because she hadn't been through it. She was just happy that I was actually able to graduate and not have to go through what she had to go through and then go to college. She didn't have that experience, university, her or my father. So, I'm the one that changed things in the family. And so that's why I have that drive for my kids. I'm telling my kids, if I beat the odds, you can beat the odds. Not saying that everything was smooth and gravy along the way, because like I said, I would have been in Catholic school. But you know, life deals lemons and you just sip on it. Make that lemonade and sip on it. She ended up getting pregnant at the age of 13. Okay, all right, I said that. So, yeah, I just, like I said, I try to talk to my kids as much as I can about situations and explain to them about things. And, even I said the twist on this story, those children or child knows, and we've not made it such a big non-disclosure. Nobody has any harsh feelings or make the child or children feel like they're stepchildren or anything like that. And like I said, I saw that it took a very good-hearted person and good-hearted family to do what they did for me, and they put that value into me for me to be able to turn around and do the same thing. I just, I had no clue. I had no clue what I was doing when I did it, but I did. And yeah, I'll talk about that in another story. Like I said, yeah, no clue, but I don't regret at all. It's been a positive experience, and I just, I had my mom's help, you know, but I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing. Um, Parenting, it just, well, I think, life happened because I was getting ready to, I had found another situation and I was getting ready to, we were getting ready to, I think it was 2 or 3 girls. Yep. So the biggest sin in my house was not to talk about sex because you couldn't ask about that. Yeah. Yep, that's so true. So true. So this didn't I know a lot of times people talk about adoption out of the way of you know ch- uh infertility or loss or something like that. This wasn't it, but um it's a blessing. You feel extra special to be loved by so many hands. There's so many hands that went into raising me. I just am so grateful and sad at the same time because everybody is gone. Everybody has passed. And I just, sometimes it's like, I want them to see, like, what's going on. Like my mom, um, either of my moms, okay? Even my grandmother, they don't even know, um, the little kids. And it just, one of those things where I just wish that they could see, the fruit of their labor. So I kind of think that, especially in that little one, she is somebody that was sent back to me because that little girl has an old soul, and I don't know where she get it from, but she's so old, and it's just it's crazy. She is wise beyond her years, like she been here before. And she was on the phone yesterday talking to my daughter in North Carolina. She called them actually last night, and they were doing schoolwork. And she like, "Why y'all doing schoolwork this time of night?" Well, it's because they wasn't doing it in the daytime. So it was about 8 something last night, and then she gonna tell her, excuse me, but we gonna call you back Wednesday. I said I couldn't do anything but laugh. Okay, Wednesday. How you just 4 years old and gonna tell somebody you gonna call them back Wednesday? Okay, like she bothering you, like you got something to do. You know, she just say some crazy. I don't know. To be her age, you just wonder where these kids get this stuff. But her mindset, you know, my daughter was like, and she could tell it was on speaker. She could tell I didn't tell her to say that, but and she knows her, but she was just like, "Why are you doing me like this?" So yeah, she does stuff like that all the time. Just just it's a familiar soul. So um, this little when I was vlogging my reaction this morning with the roses, and she said those are just lovely. And I'm like, where do you get this vocabulary from? They're just lovely. They want to paint the roses, and they can. That's what they're waiting on. They want to paint a picture of these roses. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but that was the first thing that popped in my head because they missed the delivery man. I don't know how, um, but I said they're gonna want to paint these or draw them or something, and they came in. Can we paint them? So, is there a reason why you like purple? That's been my color. I've just it's royalty. I've always loved purple. I've just it's a deep color. I'm a deep person, and my mom loved purple. My birth mother. Um, one of my kids love purple. So I don't know. That's just that's always been my signature color, purple. I've never liked any other color but the color purple. Not blue, not red. I don't. Yeah, red is one color I do not like. I've never been a red, orange person. Brown, but purple. So I don't know. All I can say is royalty. So I guess she was naming me right. Um, and saying queen, but like I said, that ended up turning into something else. So yeah, very strange that that aunt that did name me, I look more like her than I look like my mom. And people used to always think that I was my aunt's instead of my mom's. So that was weird. Very weird. Blue is my color because it makes me feel heaven. I will lay in the grass and just look up at the sky and imagine what heaven is like. Yeah. So weird. I don't like red, but purple is a combination of red and blue. So it's a combination. Anywho, I'm gonna get in here and end this. Go check on these kiddos. And I need to do something. I'm missing something. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Something I forgot to do. I can't think. Just sit here. These flowers making my nose run for real though. It was a thought, but I think I'm gonna just take them out of the room and see if that make a difference. But then I can't just sit here and look at them. But it could be the tree. I don't know. My mother loved red. Wow. It's very blue and red. So, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to say about this? Um, all I can say is, let your kids know, always talk to your children and um, keep doors open, and tell them often that you love them and tell them stories. Um, I think that was probably one of my favorite things. Once I did go back to my mom, she would tell me stories. I would just ask her stuff, and she would tell me stories. So, memories, keep the memories going. But I know it's a lot of things about her that I didn't know. And, like it was a lot of things about me she didn't know because we kind of missed those things for not having each other. And I don't, like I said, I don't regret what happened and I wouldn't change what happened. I'm, I am fine with what happened. I'm not traumatized or anything. I just, like I said, some of the things, the bond is just, but that can happen in a mother-daughter relationship and they grow up together their whole life and there's no relationship. It wasn't just, we didn't have any kind of relationship. It just wasn't as close as it could have been. So, I don't want anybody to take that out of context. Will you ever be at peace? I'm at peace. That I am. Because if I wouldn't be able to share, definitely, and I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't feel incomplete, is what I'm saying. I don't feel like I'm really missing anything. I have all the information I need. I just said if I had to go back, and that's kind of in reference to a lot because of the way I lost her. My mom was stage 4 cancer. We didn't even know it. My mom lived years stage 4 and we didn't know it. So when you take somebody to the hospital and you don't know what's wrong with them and the doctors cannot even diagnose stage 4, you don't think that that's what's going on. They couldn't even diagnose her. And it was only 9 days from, no, it was 3-4 days from diagnosis when they were finally able to diagnose her before she passed. So it just, we were talking. I was writing stuff down because we didn't know what was wrong, and we knew it was bad at that point. Um, but she had lymphoma, and like I said, for her to live, she was healthy. She was fine. She wasn't sick or anything up until I had to take her to the hospital. So the doctors were stunned. They had no idea. They was like, my mom was at work the day before I took her to the hospital. They said, how was she living all this time? I don't know. She had been back and forth to the doctor. It wasn't in her records, and she was at the same hospital, and so they were like, no. So that I have to be thankful for. I think that was divine intervention. I had already, I talked about my mom. I told the whole story about how I lost her. Um, I would have freaked out if I had to live with that. That's something I would not have had peace with if we had known how sick she was. I don't think we would have. I don't know. I have no idea. So, um, losing her the way we lost her, it was a blessing that it was so easy on me, because it seemed like at that point, because I was so young, I was still in my 20s, that I had just got her back in my life. She had just, so I would have been a basket case for real. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with losing her, the night before. Like I said, you guys, I did tell the story. August the 9th is because that's the day that I lost her. Um, so I think 2 years ago I told that story. I think so. But that was also for documentation purposes for the kids too, so that they can have, story of what happened. But she no, my stomach is she I stayed the night with her the night before she passed, and what the experience that I experienced, I was awakened in the night by her, and it was early, but that was the last time she called my name. She took my hand and just lifted my hand up, and I looked up and I saw white gold, just what is described in Revelations. And I was just like, I thought I had to put my glasses on. I thought I was dreaming. So yeah, it was just an ultimate experience. And to me, that's what put me at peace. So I can't say that I'm not at peace. That was just the most peaceful experience to be able to see her cross, because I knew she had been through a lot in her life, and even though she was only, in her 40s, she had been through a lot. So, anywho, let me get out of here. I need to go eat. That's probably what I need to do. I need to go eat. Get these kids a snack so we can get some things done. And I'm going to upload some footage to be released either tonight or in tomorrow. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Or peace in.